Hi everyone. So in today's video we are going to build a beautiful tic-tac-toe game using React. So let's see what all features do we have here. So let me start by marking a box. So of course we can mark a box as X or O. So I have marked the first box as X. If I mark another box, so it will be O. If I mark another box, then it will be X again, O. And now if I try to win this game for X, so I will click here and you can see we are getting winner is X. Apart from that, once a square is marked, let's say this one, so if I click on it again, so it will show me a message something like already marked. We can also reset this game. So if I now reset this game and if I try to draw this game now, so let us quickly see how we can draw this. There is no winner for this sort of combination, so we are getting the message of game draw. Apart from that, if let's say we have a winner here, the winner is O, and if I try to mark any empty box now, so I will click on this, so it will tell me that game is already ended and please reset to continue. And of course I cannot mark the already marked box, so it will say already marked, so I have to reset this game in order to play again. Now let's see how we can code this out. Okay, so I will start by creating the basic structure. So I will say RAFCE and let me just import this in my app.jsx. Right, so I've imported it and I've just used it. So if I refresh, you can see tic-tac-toe we are getting. Now I will create a div with the class name of container, and also I will create a state here. So I will say const squares comma set squares is equal to useState. That will be new array. Let me just close this. New array of size 9, and I will fill this up initially with null values. Okay, and inside my container, what I will do is I will simply say squares dot map, and for each square I want to return a div, right, with the class name of square, and I will save it. Now the thing is there are some styles that I have already written. So these styles, you will find the link to these styles in the description. You can go and copy it from there if you want. Otherwise you can obviously give your own styles to this component. I will just import my styles here, styles.css, and here you go. So I've done nothing, just created a main div and created 9 divs inside it with the class name of square. And for this square and container, I have given some styles. So you can copy these styles from the description. And below this, I will create another div that will have a class name of controls. Inside this, I will have a div inside that I will show the winner text. So whatever player has won, it will be shown here. And below this, I will be having a button that will say reset. So to reset the game, I will have a button. For this, I will give a class name of winner. Let's save it. Cool. So we are done with the basic styling. So everything that we have done here is pure CSS, and the squares we have rendered using this. So I've just created an array with 9 values in it that are initially null, and I'm mapping over those values. And for each value, I am creating a div with the class name of square, and all the stylings are applied. Okay, so let's now start adding some functionality to this. Firstly, what I will do is I will attach an on-click listener to each of the box here. So this is our box, and I will say on-click is equal to handle click, and to this handle click I will pass the index of the item that I'm currently mapping over. And now I will just create this function const handle click that will take the index, and I will do something with it. Similarly for resetting also, I will say on click is equal to handle reset, and I will click a function here const handle reset. This will do something, we will configure it later. Okay, now I will create a state const is x next. That will allow us to determine what value x or 0 we are going to put on that box. Set is x next is equal to use state. This will be true initially, because whenever the game starts, I'm assuming that we will start with putting an X on any box that is being clicked. And inside my handle click, what I will do is I will create a copy of squares. So I will say const new squares is equal to, I will spread the already existing state of squares, that is this, and I will say new squares of the index that I'm getting. I will put an X or 0 in it. So let's say is X next. If this is true, then I will put an X here. Otherwise I will put a 0. Oh, basically. So as you see, initially we filled it with null, but depending on what index I am clicking on, I will be changing that null value to either X or 0, depending on is X next or not. After I have done this, I will update the X value. So I will say is X next, not is X next. Means if this will toggle between true and false. So once initially it is true, I click the box and I will see is X next, yes, true. So I will assign an X to that index and I will toggle that variable. So it will be now false. Like that I will be toggling this. Okay. And like here, we are not actually showing any value. So let me click a box. So we are not able to see any value here actually. So for that, inside this square div that I created, what I will do is I will extract the square value, that whatever I'm updating here, and I will simply pass it here. So I will say square value and I will close the div. So if you now see this, so while iterating over this squares array, I am just printing the square value that I am updating here upon click. Now if I click on any box, okay, so we are not yet able to see this. Let me see why. Okay, so we are not updating this set squares. So I have to say set squares and update it with the new squares. So that on every click, I am updating this new square and I am setting it to this variable. Now let's see if I click here. So you see we are getting X. So if I now click any other box, so I will get an O. If I click here X, O, X, O, like this, I will be doing it. So before checking for the winner, let me just add the reset functionality here. That would be real quick. So I will say set squares to be again this array, paste it here, and for the set is next, I will make it true. So now if I click on reset, you see everything is reset, and if I start again, so I will start with an X. If I click reset, start again with an X. That's how it is working. Okay, so the only thing that is left now is to check for a winner after every click. So you have to keep this in mind. Upon each click, we have to determine if this combination is a winning combination or not. And how will we know like this combination is a winning combination? For that, we have to create an array with multiple winning combinations that are possible. We'll be creating an array winning combinations, that will be an array itself, and inside this I will be having multiple winning combinations that are possible. So I will just quickly fill this up. Okay, so I have filled all the winning combinations. So you see this is the 0th index, basically 0th block, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth. So let me just create a winning combination. So you see we have an X at the 0th position, then 1, 2, 3, 4. We have an X at 4th position, and 5, 6, 7, 8. So this thing 0, 4 and 8 is a winning combination. And yes, this is here. So you can see 0, 4, 8. This is a winning combination that we have. And upon each click, I will be checking if we have hit any winning combination or not to determine the winner. Okay, so now I will create a function to check the winner. So I will say const check winner and I will pass it the squares. So I will say squares ARR And now I will iterate over the winning combinations, and I will say winning combinations dot for each combo I want to do something. And apart from this, I will have a variable let winner name is equal to null initially. And here I will say const a comma b comma c is equal to combo. So let me just clarify what I'm doing here. So you see this whole is an array itself. So I'm iterating over this very array, that is the outer array. And for each will return me one item one by one inside it, that is an array itself. So this combo represents one array at a time. And what I'm doing is while iterating over this main array, I'm going for each combination and I'm extracting the value in that combination. So 0, 1, 2 will sit inside A, B and C. Now I will check if squares ARR of A and squares ARR of A is equal to B and squares array of A is equal to squares array of C. Okay, so this is the condition. Let me explain you what I did here. So I will be filling these values with X or 0. So let's say on the 0th index I have this, on the 4th index I have this, and on the 8th index I have this. If squares of this will basically check if there is not any null value. So the main logic is this: if this equals to this and this equals to this, that means we have found a similar element X that is on the index 0, 4 and 8. So on 0, 4 and 8 we have found a similar value. So if we have found something like that, I will simply update my winner name to be whatever value I'm having at that particular index, right? And lastly I will return the winner name. So this is the core logic of checking if we have found a winner or not. When I have clicked on a box, so I want to check for winner each and every time I am clicking that box. So I will say const final winner is equal to check winner, and I will pass the new squares to it. This will return me the name of the winner that I will set in a state set winner. Winner is plus final winner. And for this I will create a state here, winner comma set winner is equal to use state, that will be empty initially. So we have another state for maintaining the winner. So I'm updating the winner here. Okay. And here, as I have a hard coded the winner, so I will replace it with the state that I created. And also I will display this div only if I have a winner with me. Once I have received the final winner here, I will check if final winner, that means it is not null or empty, then I will set this winner. I will again walk you through this logic once again, so don't worry if you do not get it at once. Let's check if we are able to. Right, so the winner is X, but the thing is, if I click on any other box now, once we have got a winner, if I click on any other box I would be able to do that, but we want to prevent it. So for that I can add another check. Winner is already set, so I will simply alert a message saying the game has ended, please reset. Let's try once. If I, okay, though it is giving me the winner is O, and if I try to click any other box, so it will say the game has ended, please reset. But you see there is a bug. Even though it is showing the message here, I have clicked on this box, it is showing the message here, but if I click OK, it is showing X here. So we want to prevent it, so I will simply say return here. Why reset is not working? Set is next true. Set winner to be null. Now let's see if reset. Okay, now reset is working. If I try to win this game for O again, and if I click this box, so it will say game has ended. If I click OK, yes, so now we are not getting that thing, so this bug is fixed. right? We have to return it from here. Otherwise, it will just go on and execute this remaining code as well. The last thing remaining is once I have checked a box, so I should not be able to check it again. So if I reset it, I click X, I click it again, it will convert to O. It will convert to X, O, X, O. So once I have marked a box, I should not be able to change it again. For that, I will add a check here. I will say if new squares of I is already basically is not null. So it is there. So I will say alert already marked, and again I will return from here. So returning is important. Now let's see, click on some random boxes, and if I try to click on it again, so it will say already marked. If I try to click it again, it will say already marked. Okay, what about draw? So the game can be drawn as well, right? If none of the winning combination matches for a single X or O character, in that case, the game is a draw and the whole board will be filled. For that, what we can do is we can check if the winner is still null, means we haven't found a winner, and the new squares that we have computed does not include a null value. In that case, I will set the winner message as game is drawn. This means whatever indexes we are having in our array, like from 0 to 8, each and every index is filled with a value of 0 or X. That means nothing is null inside it. And we also do not have a winner yet. That means the game has been drawn. So let's see right now if I try to draw a game randomly. So you see this combination, every box is filled, but we haven't got a winner yet. So it will say the game is drawn. And if I now click on any of the box, so it will say already marked or something. So when the game is drawn, so everything is marked and we have to reset it. And if some player wins the game, let's say X wins the game, and if I try to mark a box now, so it will say the game has ended, please reset. If I try to mark the same box again, it will say already marked. So yes, that was it. I hope you understood how we created this game. So just for a recap, I will quickly walk you through what we did here. So initially we created an array, something like this. So this will have null, null, like this. It will have 9 values of null, and I'm mapping over those values here, like in the squares.map. And for each null value initially, I am creating a div with a class name of square. And as I said earlier, you do not need to worry about these classes. You will get the style sheet link in the description. You can easily copy that and this will work perfectly. So after doing this, I have attached an on click listener on this handle click, so that upon clicking each box we can do something. And for the reset as well, I have attached an click listener. Apart from this, we have some winning combinations which we are iterating over each time we click a box, and we are checking if the same character is present on any of these combinations. So here you see 0, 1, 2. X is present on this combination of 0, 1 and 2. That means X is the winner. So in that case, we have created a function check winner, which will take the current state of the board and it will compute if we are having the winner or not. And I'm calling this function here to check for the winner. So if we have already got a winner, means that game has ended and please reset. If we have not found our winner yet, but all the squares are full in this, either with 0 or X, in that case the game will be drawn. Otherwise, if we have found a final winner, at that time I'm setting the final winner to be X or 0, depending on whoever it is. And finally, I'm updating the board. And for the reset, I'm just resetting the board with the initial values that I filled. And I'm setting this is X next to true. And I'm setting the winner to be null. So that is how we are doing this. I hope you understood how we created this tic-tac-toe game. Thanks a lot for watching.